Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is me, Mr. Cameraman, and today I am talking about the Flash Season 2, Episode 5, the fan series, of course, Fadeout. I have a lot of thoughts on this episode, and I'm going to talk about them, and I'm also, in a few days, I'm going to take a few days off. I have a few fan films I have to catch up on. A few days, I'm going to do the full Season 2 talk about the full season as a whole and rank the episodes, do a full season review, and then also in a separate video rank all the episodes, do all that stuff, and then eventually maybe do a theory video for Season 3. I don't know. Crimson Production sometimes gets me a lot of views and sometimes doesn't get me views. It's like it's a coin toss. So let's just hope this one does well. To be fair, the last one didn't do well because I was 5 days late. Okay, before we get into it, if you haven't already seen anything from my own fan film, Captain America Taskmaster Trials, the full 51-minute fan film is on my channel now. It's not doing as well as we would have liked, so please check it out. We would really appreciate it. Besides that, let's get into the video. This episode was really interesting, and I think it first has to be explained going into it. He promoted this as the not finale, setting up other things, and I really felt like it was setting up a lot of other things. And I also felt like it was a very good season finale. I think it did a lot of stuff very well. But I also do not think they did some stuff very well. What did I like about this episode? I think we can just kind of tell a story of it. I think I liked the first 15 minutes of this episode. I think everything to do with Barry trying to figure out how Savitar talking to past Savitar and then trying to stop him from doing all that stuff was great. I think right when Barry got to Grant Gustin Flash, that's when everything kind of fell apart for me. I did not think that scene was needed. I think that was he wanted to do the fun joke with it, and I thought it was fun. But I just didn't think it was needed. Thought it was weird. And I just didn't think it was I thought it was why, in a sense? It was cool. But I didn't think there was necessarily a reason for it besides he kind of just wanted to do it. And it just felt out of place. And then moving forward from that, we then saw the reverse flash scene. I thought the reverse flash scene would have been cool if it wasn't 4 or 5 minutes of him just talking at the camera. I just felt like it went on for too long of him just I think if it was the 40-minute episodes of The Flash and they were able to break it up a bit for other scenes, it would have been fine. But the fact that he was just expositing for 3 minutes without even the camera cutting or anything, it was just focused on him and the vibrating thing with the green screen, it just felt odd. And that was the one part of the episode I kind of felt bored in a sense. They could have done. I thought the monologue was good. I just felt even if they had a scene that cut over it and he was just monologuing over it, or even if it just cut a few times, I feel I also don't like the vibrating look so much that they did in this episode of the Reverse Flash. But even if it was just a few cuts, it would have looked better than, in my opinion, just that same screen. Because you can't even tell their mouth is moving. You can't really tell so much emotion. They don't move so much. So it really felt 3 minutes of staring at a screen. It just didn't work for me so much. After that point, I loved it. I thought they did a great job with the scene of him kind of talking to Savitar and him kind of I don't know. I thought it was good. I really liked Savitar's motion. I liked Barry's motion. And then after that, I really liked the scene of him running back, and the music was good, and how it showed him. It then showed his journey. I thought that was perfect. That was the last scene I kind of thought was done really well. No, there was other scenes I liked. After that, I feel I was kind of watching ads in a sense. The Green Arrow scene was so out of place. I get it that they get views on these and not as much as on the trailers, and they wanted to promote it. I get that completely. But then tie it into the story a little. I didn't think it would be Green Arrow just cuts on the screen. It's just oh, go to Central City. Okay. It didn't tie into the Flash. Even if there was the scene in the start of Barry running into a robber, and Barry I don't have time for this now. He runs off to go to the past. Green Arrow could be like, oh, I have time for it, and Green Arrow comes and deals with it. Anything that just made me feel like it tied into the story more, because it felt out of place. And then moving forward from that, this was the same clip as the introduction. So it said introducing Scott W, or whatever his last name is, as the Green Arrow, and it had the text on the screen, and it felt like an ad. I didn't feel like I was watching a part of the episode. If that text was away, it actually would have been better, because I feel like, okay, now we know who the actor is, and we knew was the Green Arrow. We're not stupid. So I feel like, unless he forgot that was in it, but I feel like, why? Like, why tell us? If you wanted to, like, introducing, then you should have done that with Constantine at the end. Like, if you did with Constantine and then it showed up saying, introducing Constantine, and then it cuts black, I would have been fine with that. Because I thought that works for a post-credit scene. I don't think halfway towards the end of the episode, when there's still stuff after it, with it just saying on the screen, introducing the Green Arrow, it was like, is that really what they wanted to do with that? The next cliffhanger, I thought was good. I think it was very confusing with them. I thought it was really good with the both of them appearing. I think that could have been where it ended, with the two of them appearing, because I didn't get Savitar them being the Flash. I didn't get the motives for that. I didn't get the reasoning for that. And it was also like a hard cut. It was like, bam, and right into Savitar in the suit. I didn't think I just got confused. Like, just didn't get it much. Like, I got the first part. The first part I understood. I didn't get when it just cut to Barry, aka Savitar. Like, that was just weird. Credits. After credits, Constantine. I thought the Constantine promo was perfect. I think it was a fake cigarette, at least. It was pretty cool. I think it was fake. It looked fake, because I thought I saw tinfoil on a piece of paper. If it was, like, that is interesting. That's pretty good prop design, if it was prop design. If it's a real cigarette, then it's a real cigarette. I'm just kind of blind. Either could be very plausible. Overall, I really liked, in my opinion, if this episode was just Barry going back in time to see Savitar, best episode by far. And I think what I really liked about this episode is more than I liked anything else they've done. However, I think the parts that I didn't like about this episode, I really didn't like. And I get that they're trying to expand their universe, but I feel like towards the end they're like, okay, let's just tease everything that's coming up, not connected to much, just kind of just show it. Why? Why not? Like, just, it didn't work in the sense I think they wanted it to work for me. It could have worked for other people. And I love Green Arrow. I love Arrow. I'm gonna be honest. I'm in talks with doing an Arrow show. I'm in talks with it. Again, I don't know. I'm trying to start teasing what might be coming up next for my channel, but I love Arrow so much, and I was so excited to see this tease. I was like, damn, they just took the video that they uploaded a month ago. And I feel like if they really want to make this interconnected, I think they needed to start that earlier than the finale. Like, they did the Flash cameo in episode 2. We know they're not afraid to do it. I just don't get why they didn't do it then. And I think this episode is a good runtime for a finale. I just don't think they used their runtime in the right way. But what I liked about this episode, I thought was amazing. But what I didn't like it's not like I just don't like it. It's like, why, in a sense? I think Revelations is probably better than this. I don't think by much. I think this is definitely the second best episode he's still done. But I think Revelation is just better than what they did in this episode. I just don't love the parts that I don't like, and I feel like it really brings the episode down a lot. But the parts I like are better than anything in Revelation. So, like, take that as you might. 6 points. Directing, I thought this was directed fine. Nothing special, I think. Editing was pretty good. I thought this episode was edited kind of worse than episodes 3 and 4. I feel like it kind of looked a bit worse in a sense. Not so much worse that it was, like, noticeable so much, but for me who was, like, trying to critique, it was, like, I feel like this kind of felt a bit worse looking than the last one. Acting. I'm going to be completely honest, this feels like it's just, like, this one guy acting is, like, everyone. And it's a bit worrying for Constantine. I'm going to really talk about the Crimsonverse film probably in a separate video. I don't even know if I'm going to do a full Season 2 review and maybe just do an episode ranking. I don't know. I'm going to talk about the Crimsonverse at some point, the film, and kind of say my worries, what I like about it, all that stuff. Because I have a lot of thoughts on it. I have a lot of thoughts on what they're going for with all their upcoming projects, Flash Season 3, this, that. And I think a lot of people have really liked this fan series. I'm going to get off topic for a second, but I've seen a lot of people be like, can I be in this fan series? Can I be in this fan series? I think that's really cool. And I want to see kind of what they do with that in a sense. Like, what are they going to do to get all these people on board? If they do. Who knows? I'm excited to see what Crimson Production does from here. Because I can tell by this point, they have gotten enough of a name that they might... I already saw some people in the live chat be like, can you, like, DM me, see if we can talk through this or something for Flash Season 3. Or any... Like, I feel like they're really starting to grow by this point. To a point that's like, let's see where the Crimsonverse is going to go. And I'm very curious to see. I'm very excited to see where it's going to go. I'm also a bit worried, to be honest. I'm a bit worried where it's going to go. I'm going to talk about it in a video, but right now I do like where it's going very much. Let's get into story. I already did that for like 10 minutes. Choreography, there wasn't much fighting in this, and I thought that was fine, though. And the music, I thought the music choices in this were pretty good, though. Overall, I like this episode. I thought this episode did everything I wanted this episode to do, but I also didn't like the parts that I didn't like. Again, Season 2 is miles better than Season 1. Period. No argument. If you argue with me, you're wrong. I'm sorry. Most of the time, I leave my critiques like, maybe you're right if you say something different. No, you're wrong if you think Season 1 is better than Season 2. But, like, I can't wait to see where they go from here. And this was a huge step up from Season 1. But they still have potential to reach. This is nowhere near what I think they can do. And I think if they do a few things, if they change a few things, it will be so much better. I know I'm leaving this review kind of on a cliffhanger. Like, what am I going to talk about the Crimsonverse next? Hopefully that will come in a few days. That should come in a few days. I have a lot of videos upcoming. I have another video coming out later because of Daredevil the First Defender, that trailer. So excited to watch that. But, like, I really am going to talk about all this stuff in depth. Yeah, so if you want to see that, just get ready. It's going to be soon. Alrighty. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already seen my own fan film, Captain America Taskmaster Trials, the full thing's on my channel now. Please go check it out. Besides that, thank you so much for watching this video. See you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.